Hey guys, we're back. More Benny the Bendy. Garoppolo is starting on the Niners. In this franchise, he's on the Broncos. 8-9 Eagles, which shocked the Bucks. Nick Foles, they signed Nick Foles because Jalen Hurts and the backup guy, whoever that is, was down, and now Nick Foles has been in for the Eagles, ready to get revenge on the Bears. And the Bears have been great this year. Fields is his second year in the NFL. Let's see how he does. Hi, let's begin.
Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears taking on Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles.
This great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears.
Oh yeah, Jalen Hurts is back, but he's not starting. Foles had a great game.
You look at this Bears team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. And this time will be intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the Eagles now, they'll be in great position here to start things out. As you get a peek at a man who entered the league in 2012 as a 3rd-round draft pick, Nick Foles.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory of the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Foles. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's Foles. Dancing to his left. And this one almost intercepted. Good throw there, nearly an opening drive, INT. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Foles. Throw outside, complete. That's Palmer. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Again, he'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines, the defense feels good. Now you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss.
Oh, no.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shot red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like
it
this,
is cold.
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Foles. He finds his man, complete. It's Palmer. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The setup to throw. That's again complete to Palmer. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
You're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later to put the points up on the board.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Fields. He's to the 10. There's Moody with another catch. Touchdown Bears! Jordan Moody from 21 yards away. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. And there they got him the ball. Just give it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon half halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who was not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Robert Quinn able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
And it winds up getting buried for the loss. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Miscommunication on the line.
Yeah.
And it's picked up by the Eagles. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Oh, no, he lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
Oh.
Intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And the Bears are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
On 1st down, it's Fields. He's got Mooney. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Turn on Mooney. 92 yards. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. Oh, the Bears get it? They did. Chicago football. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
So now Fields and the Bears down 15-13, 1:09 to play. How costly of an interception will that be? It's time to find out. 1st and 10. This will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
He's back to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. And the man is Komet, the tight end. Fields to Komet there for a Chicago first. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Oh no.
And it's no good. He comes
Again.
up empty on the late field goal try, and they are out here in the divisional round. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They
Yeah,
have to
that
be ready
sucks,
because if you
man.
win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Chicago.
What an upset. Thank you guys for watching. Double joint. I actually tried to make that. That's... Oh, Eagles upset. Let's do this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.